Actually, have you been to Italy? Let's start with that
I
question.
have been to Italy.
Oh, where?
It's one of my favorite places. I went to Milan, and just to get to Rome, just to get to like eat the food there was so amazing. Like Italian food in Italy is so much better than any other Italian food I've ever had. It was awesome.
Wow. Is iCarly seen there? Do people know you from that?
Yeah, like people watch iCarly's in Italy, and people would come up to me and stuff.
Oh, wow, great. I mean, Despicable Me actually seems to translate to any language, but in this case, in Italy, your voice will probably be spoken by someone else. How does that feel when you do an animation like that?
It's funny. I mean, I'd like to see the movie in another language sometime just to see like if it feels different or if it's kind of the same thing.
Have you actually seen this one done? Have you seen your character done in a...
I haven't ever seen a Despicable Me that wasn't in English, so that would be interesting to see one for the first time.
Actually, my Italian journalist that I'm covering for said that she thought you might have had some Italian heritage in your background. Do you know of anything like that?
I don't. I wish, because my dream is like to be able to cook, which I can't at all, and to be able to make Italian food would be awesome. So I'd love like having some Italian people in my family that can help me.
Italian grandmothers or something.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I wish.
Yeah. Well, tell me about Margot in this film. I mean, obviously she's grown up a little bit, hasn't she? So tell me about her, how she's different in this movie.
Yeah, she's a little older in this one. She's liking a guy for the first time. She falls for this guy she sees before she really knows him, and then kind of some stuff happens with that, and Gru doesn't like that she's liking a guy at all. He hates it.
So do you feel closer to this character? Because I guess she was a little younger before. Now she's maybe getting a little closer to your age. Does that make it easier?
I think it makes it a little easier. I mean, she's still quite a bit younger than me, but just thinking about the first time I ever really liked somebody, and just, I think everybody's been through that, where you can barely talk, or like you say the wrong thing just because you think somebody's really cute. So those parts were fun.
So, I mean, Gru is, he's more of a dad, I guess, in this film. Is that the sort of the relationship you see that progressed in this film as well?
Yeah, I think he's more of a family man, and in the beginning of the film you can really see how much he's changed since the beginning of the first movie. Like he's dresses up as a fairy princess for a kid's birthday party because the princess cancels, and you can just tell that he really loves being a dad.
Yeah, and you got to tell me about the Minions. I mean, they were kind of the standout stars from the last movie. They just get bigger and better, don't they?
I think they have some really funny, good parts in this movie and little unexpected things. They definitely make people laugh, so I would love to have a Minion.
Do you ever get to see a Minion? I mean, I mean, I've seen some out here lately, like...
They're like huge though. When I was watching the movie, I kept thinking like Minions, if there was one in real life, that they would be like really small. But the people that are in the costumes, they're like as big as we are. But they're still really cute.
Exactly. So I mean, you've been to a couple of countries, well, you know, with this movie. What do you think it is about this movie that really just translates into any culture?
Well, I think people definitely do like the Minions just because it's something new and really imaginative and different. And then I think it's fun seeing Gru change so much. Just transform from the first film where in the beginning he really is evil, and then you kind of start to understand why and how he had a tough childhood, and then he ends up being a really great dad. So I think people enjoy seeing him. You
don't, I know you voice these things separately, but do you feel a community with the rest of your cast, even though you don't actually work with them?
A little bit. I mean, even though we all do our parts individually, I know Steve pretty well from doing publicity, and I definitely have gotten to know him the best of anyone in the cast, or hung out with him the most, and I feel like lucky to get to hang out with him because he's really nice and funny.
There's a little bit of a Latin flavour in this film as well, I guess, with Benjamin Bratt. Do you like that?
Yeah, I like it for sure. I like the new villain in this movie, El Macho. I hadn't seen any of his parts until I actually watched the whole movie last week for the first time, and he really stood out a lot, for sure, just with the crazy voice that he does, and I like how like crazy he is in the movie, and like especially when he's flying on that crazy rocket into a volcano with a shark. That was pretty insane. And
then Margot likes his son, right? So she's got a little bit of a Latin thing going as well.
Yeah, I think she salsa dances with Antonio, and he also has a very like suave, like cool accent.
Hello. Hey, oh, ketchup para aquí. Sí, sí.